Welcome to another episode of The Red Divide, the greatest rivalry between Liverpool and Man United. My cousin joining us in studio as always. How you doing, my boy?
I'm very good, thanks. Good to see you again, my cuz.
You too. And as everyone can see, today we have a special guest, Steve. How you doing, buddy?
Stevie!
Thanks for joining us in studio today.
Yes, how's it going? It's actually
Doing great.
very, very exciting to be here. It's been a long time coming. I've been watching your guys' show for a long time now from the beginning. Enjoyed it, love it, enjoy the banter. Yeah, it's great to be here.
Well, welcome. Welcome to the show, Steve. We're glad to have you.
Thanks, man.
Good to have you on board, Stevie. Welcome, man. You and I, Steve, go back to the beginning of high school. That's where our friendship began. So it's good to now see you on the show and chatting about the sport we love the most.
100%. And I remember back in the day, there was a lot of Man United supporters out of us amongst the friends. How many were there of the Liverpool? I don't even think. I think there were like four of us. So yeah, there was a long time of rift between us and you, and you guys giving us a bit of gas about Liverpool because it wasn't the greatest of times then, but hopefully giving you guys a lot of gas now.
I'm glad that we're not back at school and the current results are the way they are now. Because that would be rough. Because you say there were four of you, but you four always making noise. Always making a noise about Liverpool and how good you are and what. And now you really are that good, to be honest. So yeah, well done. Anyway, Stevie, tell us where it all began. Tell everyone else how you became a Liverpool fan.
Okay, so I've been a Liverpool fan for as long as I can remember. I was probably about 7, 8, 9, between that, maybe even younger. But one of my first memories, I remember watching a Liverpool game at my uncle's house. Both my uncles were there, and it was a Man United Liverpool game. Man United started off, they were wearing this black kit. I can't remember if it was sharp at all, but it was black. Looked quite nice, but I remember seeing Liverpool's kit and I really liked it. It was red, Adidas at the time, even though I probably didn't even remember who the sponsor was. But Liverpool actually were going down, I think it was 3-0 down first half, and my uncles were loud and they were like, yes, check Stephen, this is the team you need to support. And they were also like, let's go. And I think I just wanted to be a cocky little shit. So I said, okay, no, who's the other team? And they said, that's Liverpool. So I said, okay, no, I'll be Liverpool, watch. And Stu's nuts. They actually came back 3-3 in that game. I won't even know who scored, but I remember seeing this one striker, because I always wanted to be a striker as a kid. You know, you always want to score the goals. But there was this one guy on there. At the time, it was actually Robbie Fowler. And this was just everywhere at the time, making so much. It reminds me of actually Nunes now. He was just making he was just irritating the defenders, just getting in everywhere and just being a complete nuisance in the front. And yeah, they came back 3-3, and my uncles were very quiet, and they're like, yeah, it's your fault because you want to choose Liverpool. And it's actually stuck since. So Liverpool's been my team. They've just been the irritation to some people, but the best team in the world to me.
You made the right choice, Steve. You made the right choice. You'll never walk away, bud. Never walk alone.
That's debatable.
And it's actually weird now that you're wearing the black, because now it reminds me of that like video now. It's that Man United's got that black kit that just probably irritates people.
Which one? The black and white one? The old one? The Vodafone?
It was not, that one also used to irritate me back in the day, because that was what was it? Ruud van Nistelrooy. That oak used to be just everywhere as well.
Always in
the right Beckham, place. And then just after Beckham, early days of Ronaldo, we slayed the Vodafone kid.
Yeah. Now remember that picture of Ronaldo and Rooney.
Yeah. I remember you guys used to send that picture around of those two and laugh, but we had the trophy, so I don't know who was actually laughing, you or me.
Yeah, look, we were laughing at the memes, you were laughing at us, But thank goodness history has changed, and now we're laughing at you. You know what I'm saying? So that's what counts.
What are you laughing at? What did you win? What have you won recently?
Recently? Well, what is recent to you, Marcus?
A year.
Because now,
Within the last year.
guys haven't won shit for so long. Now you want to talk about history. So what is recent to you? What have you won?
Within the last year. Within the last year, what have you won?
Nothing in the last year. Oh no, we did
Oh.
actually. We won the 7-Up Cup against Man United. That was probably the highlights of last season. But actual silverware last season, we came short. We had a good season. It is what it is. But yeah, we challenging this season, Marcus. You got to watch out.
Yeah, shame you got your the 7-Up trophy. Guess it's something.
Written in history can never be undone. Every time you look at history, you'll never forget that, Marcus. And that's deep.
Doesn't really bother me. It's 3 points. We lost 3 points. That's it.
Lost 3 points and you got humiliated by your arch rivals. You can never take that back.
Oh, it's results. Bad day at the office. We move forward.
Let's move
What do you
forward.
think, Steve?
What do you reckon?
That 7-0 was actually amazing. I think I was the one that was taking photos every time of the score and sending it through to you. So for me, it was an amazing day. I loved it. Actually, then again, I wish I had everybody on WhatsApp. I would have sent it to everybody.
The good thing is I was driving back. We went away for the weekend. I was driving back from something. So I started watching the game on my phone while we're driving. And when it was like 3-0, I was like, well, this can go off and I'll just drive. And so you were sending texts and I wasn't paying attention, thank God, because, geez, I would have been really irritated. But that's why I think I called you, Steve. I called you in the end, you and Ray, I called you both and said, how's it? Or you guys called me or whatever, I don't remember. And I answered the phone. I was like, hey, how's it going? Yeah, so what? It's all good. We're terrible. We got a beating. Well done. And we move on.
Yeah,
I didn't have to watch that humiliation.
I made sure that I phoned you after, the pain sunk in for a while. I didn't want to rub your face in it and, just give you some time to breathe before we chatted because I know how much you love your team.
Yeah, well, but if they don't, you know me, I'm the first to admit it. If we don't play well, you deserve to catch a beating. Simple as that.
Yeah, it's true. I'll give you credit when it's due.
So, yeah. But anyway, boys, the Premier League is back. We had to watch some footy this weekend. Thank God. I absolutely despise internationals. So I'm so happy it's done. Speaking of internationals, seems you Liverpool boys did all right, actually, huh?
Yeah, it was very positive. We had a lot of players that assisted and scored goals. Hey, Stevie, we were chatting about this yesterday. Hey, Silversly getting an assist and a goal in the Hungary game, coming back from 2-0 down, finishing the top of their log. Also, Van Dijk scoring a goal. Nunes with a flying header and an assist. Yeah, so the boys did really well. Steve, we were talking about Harvey Elliott for the under-21s. What do you reckon? How did he do?
Yeah, no, look, firstly, I agree completely. International breaks are cock, and I didn't watch it, but I watched a couple of highlights of Harvey Elliott with the under-21s, and the guy was phenomenal. I think he scored 2. He created so much. He was in everybody's space.
Hey, if Harvey Elliott is scoring 2 goals, you must be playing.
He could have banged in
you
a
must
hat
be. You must be playing the blind squad.
Well, it's under 21. They haven't quite made it to the first team yet. So, yeah, he had a blinder at least. He's still a young player. So it was good to see.
Nice play on the words there. I say you played the blind squad. You say you played a blinder. Nice one.
Ironic.
Yeah, no. Well, I'm glad it's over. We can get back to the Premier League. Fortunately, it looks like a couple of players did pick up some injuries. I know from United's side, Casemiro looked injured, but I think he's returned to Brazilian training, so that's good. But whether he'll be fit enough to play on the weekend, I don't know. But Amrabat also had an injury scare, but he's back with United training in Carrington, as is Reguilon. So, yeah, let's hope the guys don't come back too battered and bruised, and we can get back to it. I heard there's actually an investigation going on into the United players. I think we have like 16 injuries, and we're only 2 months in, or whatever it is. So, yeah, that's not good.
Yeah. I saw that article. They're looking into see why all of these injuries are coming about. It'll be interesting to see what comes out of it. Yeah, in the last episode, Marcaz, we discussed injuries. I told you how much I hate international breaks, and I fear for injuries. Robbo, our left back, fuck, he picked up a shoulder injury at this stage. We're not quite sure. It might be 4 to 6 weeks. That's a massive loss. Even Luke Chambers, which is our third choice left back, 19-year-old, he's been on the bench twice. He's played twice in the Caraba Cup. He's also injured. So we only have one left back at the moment, which is Costas. And there's no Milner, to fill the gaps. So we got a couple of issues with that. And it makes me nut that international breaks, the guys get injured. But it is what it is.
I think it's over now until next year, right?
November.
There one more international break?
Yeah.
There's one more before the next transfer window.
Man, that drives me insane. So anyway, I'm just happy that we have football back.
For sure.
And we get to enjoy what we love most. So, Steve, tell us, what's your favorite memory of Liverpool?
Mark, I've actually got quite a few, I must be honest. Obviously, one of my greatest memories is obviously lifting up the Premier League trophy, because I've been supporting them, 30 years. Not seeing them lift that trophy like that is horrendous. So obviously it was COVID time. It was actually a crap time to lift it. You couldn't see it with the supporters and that. But that was honestly one of a really good thing to see from our team. I would say also another memory would probably be the
3-3 Champions League.
Yeah, Champions League was good actually. And then as a youngster, I would say even Michael Owen. As much as I don't like the guy now, watching him as a kid it was also quite nice. He actually took over, has been my favorite player for a while. And then came CVG, but even Patrick Berger for me was one of the most brilliant sort of midfielders for me when I was in my youth. Yeah.
He used to take
I remember
players
Patrick
on.
Berger. He would hit absolute crackers. Man, that dude could bang the ball. I remember that.
Yeah, he had a smashing left foot and he would glide past the players, almost like he's dancing. He would drop his shoulder, go from left to right, take the players on, destroy them. And like you mentioned, my cousin, he had a crack on him. He used to smash those balls home. Great player, actually.
I do remember that. Not my happiest memories, but I do remember Patrick Berger smashing quite a few goals in the back of the net.
He was a Czech player, so yeah, he was decent.
Yeah,
Very good.
He was decent. And going back to what you're saying about Michael Owen, I remember him breaking into the scene as a 16-year-old. Everyone's like, who's this young face? What's he doing in the first team? And as soon as he started playing and he scored his first goal, it was evident that he had lightning pace. And he was always in the right positions, reading the run, waiting for the through ball. And he had the clinical curler into the corner around the keeper. Yeah, he was also my icon growing up, I must be honest. Now, not so much, obviously. He decided to go to United. Worst decision of his life.
What do you mean? He won a Premier League. He won a Premier League. The best decision of his life.
Yeah, he did. Unfortunately, he won a Premier League. He didn't do much. But I think that was a stroke of genius from Sir Alex Ferguson to obviously dethrone Liverpool and then take their golden boy and then win the league with him. That was a real knock in the face from Sir Alex, but it is what it is. And all credit to Owen for having the balls to go to United, because I'm sure there was a huge backlash from it. And when he was at Liverpool, I loved him, but yeah, he lost a lot of it, going to United. You just don't do that, not to your arch rivals.
I remember something with Michael Owen. He used to drop his shoulder quite a lot, and then turn players. They still standing there, and he's already turned them, gone around with the ball, and sort of gliding it into the corners and all of that. That's what I used to love about him. And he was also from Michael Owen, from Robbie Fowler to Michael Owen, always wanting to be a striker. Those were the ones I used to look up as kids. But yeah, Michael Owen, I lost a lot of respect for him as well. But I think Sir Alex Ferguson just basically rubbed our nose in it. It's like, yeah, I'll take him, your boy.
We're going to take your best striker and we're going to help him win a league.
Yeah.
You got to give Ferguson credit to rub your nose in it like that, and to know when to do it and with what player, and that's all he needed was that little extra, and bring in Michael Owen, and yeah, it was fantastic. I'll never forget his fourth goal, the winner in the Manchester derby. That was unbelievable, unbelievable. Actually watched the replay of it a couple of days ago.
Did he come on as a sub, Marcus, in that game?
Yeah,
I remember that game now. Yeah, he was a good player in his time. Now he dedicates his time to his racehorses. Let him be happy. Let him be a pundit. Let him live his life. He's had his legacy. And, we move on.
Well, that's the thing is Fergie and him both are big into betting on horses.
That's right.
And so that's how they became closer, and Fergie got to know him that way. So I think it was an easy call for him when he called Michael. Michael Owen is only going to say one thing: "Yeah, sure, I'll come play for you."
Yeah, I don't think it was that straightforward. I'm sure he thought, hey, with all due respect, Mr. Ferguson, you know what? I come from Liverpool. And then he would have come with his Scottish accent. Oh, Michael, come, let's go. You want to win something? Come to Man United. And he sold him on that. You know what I mean? Because let's be honest, in those days when Fergie was there, you actually cleaning up most of the titles. So yeah, I guess for a player like that, you know, he did dedicate most of his life to Liverpool. You know, obviously he went on to Spain and then finished up at United. But yeah, for him to win the
Newcastle.
Yeah, Newcastle as well. Yeah, I forgot about that. So for him to go on and win a league title, you know, all credit to him. But
that just shows he made the right decision.
You know, it's the pulling power of Sir Alex Ferguson. You know what I'm saying? The man was a legend. I have a lot of respect for him. He changed football obviously the English football for the better. To be honest, you know, created more competition. I don't like being honest about it because I don't like Man United. Everyone knows this. But yeah, he dethroned us and. Our history changed for many, many years. We had lots of sorrow. And I'll never forget it because you rub my nose in it quite often. But yeah, at least the tide has turned and now we're smiling and you're not.
Well, easy, Tiger. I was smiling last year. You weren't, so I don't know about that.
Yeah, you were smiling after the 7-0, I remember. It was like
jeez.
What do you reckon, Steve?
For me, it actually turned the day that Ferguson retired. Hence, things really started happening for United.
Do you remember where we were that day?
Yep, I remember exactly. We were still in France. I think we were at the Irish pub or something. And then I was
walking La Ciotat.
Yeah.
And I think JC, our friend, who's rest in peace, he sent a text, something, United are finished now. And I was like, what are you talking about? And there I saw the picture, he sent it to our group, and Ferguson had retired, and I thought, you got to be kidding me. Like, this must be a joke. It's not April Fool's, so what's going on here?
Best news ever.
And it was. Everything changed then.
That's for sure. So now that Ferguson's not there, and you got Eric ten Hag, what do you reckon, Marcus? Sheffield United, you guys going to lose the bottom of the log this week? What's going to happen there?
Shut up. No, we're gonna go. We're not playing at home, so that's one good thing. Surprisingly, we suck at home. So we're gonna go in and win the game, get some confidence, and continue with the league, and actually, you know, start making a little move up the table instead of down the table. I'm gonna
put you guys losing to them though. I would love to give the banter right now, but to anybody to lose to Sheffield United, to be honest, is asking for much. I don't even.
Terrible.
They are useless.
We lose to Sheffield United, then we deserve to finish in the bottom 10. Like, that's pathetic. No offense to Sheffield United. But if United have any aspirations to continue being a big team and playing Europe, etc., there's no chance you can lose to Sheffield United.
Well, you did predict a win, so let's see if your predictions are correct.
Well, we'll see. But anyway, on to probably one of the bigger games of the weekend, a little Merseyside derby. It's only a big game because Everton's involved. What's happening?
Come on.
It's this. You know what, Steve? Sometimes I don't know if this is a pleasure or a chore. You know, having these discussions with a Man United supporter that knows nothing. But yes, you are right. It is the biggest game of the weekend, the Merseyside derby.
One of the bigger games of the weekend.
Liverpool at home. Looking forward to the game. Steve, what do you reckon? Who do you think is going to be in our starting lineup?
Starting lineup. I was actually thinking of that, and I think there might be just two sort of changes that are going to be the ones to look out for. Obviously, my opinion versus what Klopp's going to do. But I would go into it. Honestly, at left back, I think I would kind of put Gomez there, and I know people are probably going to think, "Oh, you mad?" With the Greek boy, the Greek Scouser, instead of the Greek Scouser. But
Tsimikas, what's his name?
Tsimikas,
Tsimikas. I don't know how you would pronounce that, but in Greek. But I would actually give him a bit of a rest. Gomez is solid at the moment. I think he's on a good run of form. He didn't play any international games, so he should be fresh. So I would honestly go with him playing left back. Trent obviously coming in at the right with his hybrid role still, doing that square midfield. And then I would honestly play Virgil van Dijk, obviously, and Ibu. Yeah. That's how my back would be, and Klopp would probably go with the Greek Scouts, but I would change it up in my opinion. Put on someone fresh there, and then midfield. This is also where I would change it up a little bit, especially in a game like this. I would actually bring Endo in instead of McAllister at the 6. And then obviously Szoboszlai and McAllister. Then I would actually put McAllister further up. And I'd let Endo be who we bought him for. We bought him to be that sort of number 6 role. So give him a go in this game. It's not a game I don't think it's a hard game, I must be honest. The only thing that's against us is this 1 o'clock kickoff crap. And then up front, it's going to be quite, I don't know, I would still play Nunes up front with Salah and Nunes. Hey, the boy's a monster. He looks so strong up front. He holds the game. He's very strong. For a little 22-year-old or 23-year-old, whatever he is now, he's a beast. And then Luis Diaz on the...
If I was a Liverpool fan, I wouldn't sit anywhere near the goalpost on either side because you know that you're in danger of Nunes knocking you out with the ball.
You were saying that until you bagged the last 2 goals against Newcastle and you're kicking yourself.
Yeah, that was lucky. Like Steve and I were actually saying, Nunes hits the difficult goals, but the tap-ins, hey, that guy makes me laugh.
Yeah, his finishing isn't his finish isn't probably the finished product. You know what I'm saying? He's finishing, but he's young. He gets into the right positions. He's aggressive. He always tries to win the ball back. And you know what? He's learning from the oaks that are older than him. He's by far not the finished article. So, yeah, he definitely needs to improve up front, in front of goals. But, yeah, the boy can bang them, eh? And, with a little bit of luck and getting into the right positions as he's been doing and maybe taking his chances a little bit more, you get a couple more goals this season.
Yeah, he's been...
Stevie, finish your starting 11 there?
So that's my starting 11. Sorry, and then I had Luis Diaz on the left there. But I do believe Klopp will probably play Tsimikas at left back and McAllister, Gravenberch and Szoboszlai in the middle. But my change would be sort of those midfields.
Endo.
Yeah. I'd give him a go.
And who's on your right side of your attack?
He said Salah.
Salah.
The boy key. The boy key.
Steve and I have this debate all the time. Because Steve, I think Salah is the best player on for Liverpool, and Steve argues with me about it. So
you think he's the best player on planet Earth currently, and
no, I don't. He's not even good enough for United's bench, but for Liverpool, he's your best player.
Salah has evolved.
Yeah, look, I think for him, creating currently, he's not really that out-and-out goal scorer currently for us, but what he's doing is he's creating. He's getting the ball and he's actually passing it, and he's getting the other oaks into positions. where they can actually do something. And that's sort of what's been missing from our side. Is last season he pissed me off. The guy would dribble and get tackled by a cone in practice. Probably he would just almost fall over his feet. You could
No, man.
you could stand there and he would run into you. That's what I see. Obviously, I'll probably take a lot of flack for what I'm saying, but it used to piss me off.
No, that's fine. But again, Steve, that's normal Liverpool quality. You just get tackled by the wind. You know what I mean? It's just these things that happen, man.
No,
Steve,
man.
you're opening yourself up to this Man United supporter. You're opening up yourself up to him. It's easy pickings now.
He just wishes he
I
had
agree with
Salah.
you though, Steve. Well, of course he does. He deep down he wishes he had Salah. But you know what? I agree with you. Salah has come on a lot, especially since Mane's left. Before that, I think it was almost a competition to see who could score more goals. And, to be honest, Salah was more greedy. And I always used to get pissed off and say, fuck, pass the ball, he's open. And, now that obviously Mane's not there, I've seen a change in him. And this season, he's got more assists than goals. So, it's helping the team. And it's probably something we lacked in the past season. Obviously, last season was terrible for us. It's good to see him assisting. I've got him in my fantasy team, and he got me great points in the last game week. So, Salah on the right is going to get more points this week, definitely.
Yeah, and what I think I just want to add, what we were missing last season was a lot of the players were tired. It's tired legs, tiresome old guys, and Salah, I think, was taking that on himself, must be honest, and I think now he was trying to step up for the boys that were kind of out. And now with this new, young, fresh midfield, they're able to get up and then you can see them in position already, and he's feeding them the balls, and it's actually helped his game.
Yeah, definitely. Last season our midfield was aging. The guys were tired. Playing the game press for so many seasons in a row without refreshing the midfield. It cost us last season. But it's good to see with all the new faces. They've hit the floor running, and they've obviously adapted Klopp's football philosophy, which is great to see.
What's your starting lineup, Ray? What would you change in Liverpool side?
So, against Everton, I don't think we'll start with a 3 at the back, but I do agree with you that Trent will probably play that hybrid role where he'll drop into the middle and try and give those passes out wide. For me, I get where you're coming from with Gomes being fresh, not playing internationals. He's had a lot of time to train. I don't think he's the best right or left back. I think as a centre back, he does a job. The season that we won the league, him and Van Dijk, that was our pairing at the back. But I think, towards the right and the left flank, I think he almost gets lost in positioning, and it almost makes him defend badly. Like if you have a look at the last couple of games that he's played, he's made like small, silly errors. And I think maybe he's not used to that position. But I totally get what you're saying, that he's fresh legs. But for me, I wouldn't start him. I'll start with the Greek Scouser. Let's start from the goalkeeper, Alisson, then the Greek Scouser on the left, Big Verge, and Konate, and then Trent on the right. Then I think we'll go with Soboslav for sure. I would also like to see Endo in there, obviously destroying everything, cleaning up all the second balls, fighting for the team. So I think he deserves a start. Probably McAllister further up. I think his position, based on what I've seen at Brighton, I think his position is probably better further up. I think we'll get more results. Although nothing takes away from him being a number 6, because he's been doing a good job for us, considering we couldn't secure a proper number 6, and hence why we brought Endo in as like cover. And then for sure Salah on the right. Jota didn't have so much game time for Portugal, so I think Klopp might have his mind swayed and play Jota because he'll be more fresh than Darwin. Darwin played the full 90 and he scored and assisted, and he picked up a bit of a cramp. So I would like to see see Darwin, but I got a feeling that Jota might be coming in for him. And then Diaz on the left. Unfortunately, he missed a penalty in international break. But you know what? When he's on the wing for us and he's taking players on, he's causing havoc. So yeah, that would be my starting lineup.
You guys have quite some depth now, actually, when you think about it.
Yeah, we do.
You guys almost have 2 for each position at least.
100%, and that's
it's
what they
good
were
to
saying.
see. We've struggled. We've struggled with having 2 or 3 players in each position competing. We've always had like one quality and then one medium quality and one below average. You know what I mean? Now more or less, the guys are more or less on the same level. Pushing each other in training and fighting for a starting lineup. So it's great to see.
You want to add to that, Steve?
So yeah, the only positions I think that we're still struggling a little bit with is obviously Trent's position. We've got that youngster in there. But yeah, he's been injured from sort of the beginning. And
Ramsey.
yeah,
we loaned him out.
Okay, so we don't really have a position for Trent to take over, and as well as obviously the number 6 role, we didn't really fulfill it. But I think if January comes and Andre that we're looking at now, I believe Arsenal's also looking into him, but I think Liverpool will get him over the line. That would help in that position, and then I think we've got 2 for almost every position, and that's the depth we needed. Because even off our bench, we've got Harvey Elliott that can come off from the bench, Gravenberch that can come off the bench, and these guys are definitely game changers. So we're solid. We actually got a good solid squad this season, and that's why we're going to win the Premier League.
Wow.
I hope so.
I guess you didn't say when, so that could be in 10 years, 20 years, 50 years.
This is our season, boy. I say it every year, and this is it.
Whoa, you said it.
It's a big statement. I'm hoping you're right, Steve. I've also got a feeling about it. It's a big statement, and I stand with you. You never walk alone, boyki.
Yeah, 100%. I put it out in the universe there.
So now we have 2 monkeys on the show. Jeez. Winning the league.
Winning the
league. Wow, what a statement. Okay.
Look,
well, fortunately, there's a long way to go still, and anything can happen.
100%.
So I look forward to seeing how this progresses.
Look, obviously, if we keep our players, if we keep our players fit and we don't have a season like the one before where we were using midfielders as defenders, then if we can keep our players strong and healthy, I think we've got a good shot. To think about the last time we lost, apart from getting cheated in Spurs game, but before that, the last time we lost was I think against City in April. And we haven't lost since then. So we've been strong. We've actually been going under the radar from a lot of people. And
you have.
And we still are, to be honest, because if you speak to people, they're like, there's not a chance Liverpool's... They actually forget that we actually haven't lost. Apart from Spurs, I'm saying. But we actually haven't lost. So we've been doing quite well. So I hope we stay under the radar and... people can carry on thinking Arsenal's going to win the league.
Arsenal? No.
Everybody's saying that.
No one in their right mind thinks that Arsenal is going to win the league.
Delusional people are.
Yeah, Mark's still a little bit bitter from his travels to the UK and watching Arsenal live against Man United ultimately losing. So obviously, hence why he's got his back up and not wanting to hear Arsenal winning the league.
No, that's not the reason. I just don't think Arsenal are good enough to win the league. That's all.
That's also a bold statement. I think they've got capability. Whether they've got...
They can challenge, but...
I think definitely, we've discussed this earlier before. They definitely have the squad. They have the manager. They're gelling. But whether they've got the bottle to go through a full season, to produce every single game throughout the end of the season, will remain to be seen. Sure.
Look, City are playing pretty shit at the moment. They played City at a really opportune time. So they beat them, and good for them. You can only beat what's in front of you. But City will find their groove, and it'll be a long run again. Liverpool are playing well. I'd like to see Arsenal play Liverpool, actually, because both of you are in form. And I'd like to see who gets found out there, what the real current challenges are.
Yeah, look, every game in the Premier League is difficult. So, you know what? Each team comes with new challenges. the season's long. We're only going into game week 9, so we can look forward to a lot of quality football, for the rest of the season.
Awesome. So, Stevie, give us a prediction there, bud.
3-1, if I have to guess anything. We generally pick up a goal against us, but it's probably going to be 3-0, 3-1 between that. Anything's possible. I think they could get a lucky goal off the break or something. I see Calvin Lewis is back, and he's sort of doing his thing again. I don't think there's anything amazing, but he could get a lucky goal.
Calvin Lewin.
Yeah, Calvin Lewin. He could get a lucky goal. But yeah, if anything, I think we'll bang 3-4 past them. But yeah, I'll give it a 3-1.
And to be fair, you guys have beaten them the last, I don't know how many in a row, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, the last 5 games against Everton, we've won 3, we've drawn 1, and we've lost 1. So, the odds are in our favour, and we're probably in better form.
Fair enough.
So yeah, with our current form, we're probably in a better space than what they are, and we're playing at home. But you know what? It's a Merseyside derby. Anything can happen. The tackles are going to fly in. I'm sure both sides will be up for it. But yeah, I'm with Steve. I'm with Steve as well. Like a 3-0, 3-1, a scoreline, something similar to that. What about you, my friends? What do you reckon?
You guys are playing at Goodison, right?
No, we're playing at home.
You're playing at Anfield.
Yeah.
Oh, then I think you guys should win that. I'm going to go with a 2-1 or 2-0.
Yeah, that's a fair call.
Okay.
It's just good to have the Premier League back. You know what I'm saying? We're the early kickoff, but we'll set the tone for the weekend. And hopefully watch you guys lose to Sheffield.
Not going to happen, my friend. We're going to watch Everton hopefully at least get a point against you, but I don't think that'll happen. And we'll watch United win. And then it's time to watch... might as well have a little chat about the Springboks, boys. What do you think about that?
Can't wait for that. To be honest, it's gonna be a cracker game. Like we were speaking, the the quarterfinals have all been cracker games. Those actually should have been the semi-final games.
Great games.
But they've been strong.
Yeah.
They've been crunch games. They've been back and forth. And I just think I think the way the Boks are playing, the spirit they've got amazing spirit. I think it's going to be a tough game. I don't think it's going to be a walkover by any choice. I do think all the games, even the New Zealand versus Argentina, I think all the games are going to come by 3-5 points at the end again, and it's going to just be a crunch game, back and forth, and it's going to take wits like Chesbin Colby with the charge down. It's going to take things like that are going to get you over the line. But yeah, looking forward to it. It's going to be an amazing game.
Yeah.
That was amazing. Like I was telling Ray, I've never seen that. Like I think we were speaking about it as well. Never seen that ever.
Mm-mm.
So that was phenomenal, and ended up actually, that, and as you said, Pollard's kick, 55, 56 meters. That's what won us the game. Unbelievable. And of course, everybody's contribution on the field on the day, the tackles, the passing, the cleaning up, etc., it all contributed to an amazing victory on the day.
Yeah, definitely. Going up against France at home wasn't an easy game. France has come a long way in the last 4 years with their team. Their team is much younger than ours. But it came up to, little decisions, little good decision-making, little decisions off the ball. Like we discussed, Colby's charge down. I saw a video of it circulating yesterday where he breaks the huddle and then almost moves to the side and then starts bolting. And then when you look back, at the replay, by the time he puts his hands up, you see where the ball is. It's like
it looks like it's going through.
Balls.
Yeah.
So yeah, little things like that changes games, and it will be a tough game against England. Although England have had a easier path towards the semis. They're the only team to not lose in the World Cup, considering that the last 6 games coming into the World Cup, they lost 5 out of 6. So I don't think statistics has anything to do with the semi-final. But yeah, it's going to be a great game. Come on, you Boka!
Yeah, it's going to be a great one. I look forward to watching that. But yeah, Steve, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
Really
you, Steve.
appreciate you and working with us with your time zone. It's now past midnight there where you are, so thanks, brother. Appreciate you coming on, giving us your insights and your support. You're always welcome back on the channel. At least I have a smarter scouts to speak to, because dealing with my cousin is, man, it's rough, it's difficult. But anyway, thanks again. Thanks so much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And for everyone for tuning in and watching the episodes, please continue to support the channel. We really appreciate it. Like, comment, let us know what you want to hear. And we'll see you guys in the future. See you later.
Cheers, guys. Great show.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much.